Howdy all, and welcome to part 17 of my playthrough of the survival game Conan Exiles. If you've been following along with this particular playthrough, then you remember last episode I had built a tavern, and the specific reason for building the tavern was that I was looking to get a uh, a specific NPC that is a bearer from the volcano region that has a obviously mistaken amount of hit points. It's just insane. I have, since I recorded that, actually had two really surprising, wonderful options to of NPCs to hire that showed up in the tavern, and I'm going to show you who those are now and talk to you a little bit about them and set them up before I go off and do what is going to be the bulk of this particular playthrough, which is pretty simply going up to a certain spot to get a certain material that I need to go to the next journey step in sorcery. So to get out of this view, you're going to see the first acquisition I got out of the tavern. And that's that guy right there. This is Dicus the Sharp, a fighter from the volcano region, the toughest, highest end region in the game. Just happened to wander into the tavern at some point in a hireable state, which means he had no weapons on him, wearing all of this really cool looking reptile armor. Now, the reptile armor is a medium set, but I like the way it looked. So what I did is I crafted a whole set of the Vanner Heavy, which is the highest armor class that I can currently make at my level. And the weight encumbrance doesn't matter to your followers. And then I used the illusion system on the sorcery workstation, the thaumaturgy table, to make it look like his original armor. I used his original armor as the appearance stage of crafting something that looks like something else. So you can see at level 1, he has 2,085 hit points versus Dina's 2,224 at level 6. He's tougher. He hits like a truck. His melee modifier, damage modifier, is 2.8 something, and I can't remember exactly what it is. Versus Dina's, which is 1.684. The tougher people in the Northern Highlands around the Mounds of the Dead, like a Sumerian Berserker or Delincia Snowhunter, are in the 2.5, 2.6 range. Basically what that means is that if you put a 100 point damage weapon in his hands, and I'm not going to get 100 point damage weapons for a long time. I mean, those are legendary class weapons. But if I had, what you would see is he would do a minimum of 286 points damage. Or 280 something. I think it's 2.86 and change is what his modifier is. At a minimum, not counting any of the extra damage increases he would get from his strength, any strength weapon damage modifiers he had, any follower damage modifiers I gave him from any of the things that I had on me, or food or potions or anything. With a 100 point weapon, he would be hitting in the probably 500 to 800 point range. At low level. So he's just an absolute monster. Look at his stats. 17 in strength, 2 in agility, 12 in vitality, with an 85% chance of increasing that vitality every time he goes up a level, and a 4 in grit. So Dicus is just amazing. I'm not going to be taking Dykus with me on this particular trip. And the reason is I did an experiment because somebody showed up and I wanted to see whether or not a Skelos Bearer 2 would also have ridiculous levels of hit points like a Skelos Bearer 3. And if you can see in that green bar there, a Skelos Bearer 2 has 53,851 hit points at level 0. Whereas the Bearer 3, which is the one I was going for, has 63,000. Now, one of the differences, the Bearer 3 has another row of slots that you can put stuff into. As opposed to, we've got 15 slots, the Bearer 3 has 20. That's, a minor quibble. But with 53,000 hit points, I could literally take this NPC to one of the 3-skull landscape bosses, like a giant crocodile, with a decent weapon, and just stand back and watch as they very slowly, well, not that very slowly, actually, whittled the crocodile down while taking damage, but not enough to seriously affect them. I mean, that's 53,000 hit points. And actually, you know what? I think I gave you the wrong number for Dina. Dina is... I wrote this down. No, I do have it. It's 1.674. This Skelos Bearer 2 has a 1.5 something. 1.539. Just a little bit less than, one of the top named Northern Highlands fighters you can get. This character is just ridiculous. And again, the 3 would have been even more amazing, but this one showed up just a few days after building the tavern, and so this is the one we're going with. I couldn't find a really decent set of armor that would give her agility weapon bonuses or agility bonuses, because look at her stats. Oh, no, she's a strength weapon character. All right. Well, that's a lot easier. Because I can make armor that does strength weapon bonuses, or I can just give her the heaviest armor that I have. Again, the Vanir heavy like Dykus has. And call it a day. And I think that's what I'll do. You know what? Actually, she doesn't really need... with 53,000 hit points, she doesn't need the toughest armor. She could definitely use strength weapon damage armor. And I think that is... I believe the Hyborian stuff does strength weapon damage, right? Yeah. All right, well, so I've already got one piece of the Hyborian. Let me just check the medium or the light of the Vanir Fur. No, it's stamina. Okay. So let's just give her a set of Hyborian slaver stuff. There are probably other things which will give her strength weapon damage in addition. And you know what? Just in case... I think the regular heavy stuff does that as well. So I'm going to make one each of the regular heavy things to check. Of the minor accessories, the boots and the gloves. All right, so the waist guard, strength weapon damage. Okay, the helmet, strength weapon damage. All right, okay. All 5 sets do strength weapon damage. Or all 5 pieces of the set. Awesome. Now, what are we going to make them look like? I've already got the breech clout and the tacet. Oh, you know, I could make them look like a dancer's skirt because I've already got that. Yeah, at full. You know what? I think I'm going to do that. I think that'll be funny. And what will we do for the top? You know, actually, we can stick with the slaver top, the waist guard. And we'll use that. And let's see, I need the boots and the gloves and the helmet. The helmet we're going to turn into... Actually, all the rest we're going to do my default, which are the Derketo Dancer bracelets and anklets, and the Zamorian Dancer. They call it headdress. It's literally a set of earrings, but it qualifies as a headpiece, so it can be used to make something different look like that. Now I'm gonna... I need to make. All right, 5 pieces of armor plating, which is the best armor plating I can make. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to get... Now, this is a downside for these particular bearers. They burn through food. As you can imagine, because it looks like they're not taking a ton of damage because their stats are so high, they are actually taking damage. And so they need a ton of food to go through to heal back up. All right, go ahead and start enhancing all of this armor. So this will increase the armor value of each armor piece. And now we'll go and make them look like something different. Nope, we're keeping that one as is. That one. It's going to look like a skirt. That one is going to look like a set of earrings. Boots are going to look like these gold filigree lace anklets, and the gauntlets like these wrist pieces, also in gold filigree or chain, or however you want to describe it. All right. I'm going to take off the backpack. So the bearer pack actually gives them an increased carrying capacity, but they don't use it. So I could actually use it, because you're a huge increase in carrying capacity. So I will save it for some time when I'm doing something that I need to increase my carrying capacity. But in the meantime, and helmet. There we go. All right. So that is now my Skelos Bearer 3 without a weapon. I need to get them. That's the weapon we want. Perfected Steel Mace. Strength weapon. I picked up a bunch of these advanced weapon damage kits going through Sepper Maru. And while I'm here, I'll go ahead and toss the other parts in here. You can't actually break down the basic loincloth, which is the basic underwear for every character. Which is kind of too bad. Don't know why that is. Where am I going to put the... There we go. All right, so now 585 armor. I need to change their follow distance and chase distance and all of that. There we go. Now I will take Dykus around at some point to level him up, but I do want to show... I have cooked pork rinds and I have salted pork. All right. I do want to show the benefit of having someone like a bearer, who I need to give another name, and since it's a 2, I already did Ni for Japanese for Nico. Zweiga. German for 2. Um, even though it doesn't say. Oh, Skelos. So I guess I mean she has the appearance of a Nordheimer, somebody from the Highlands. So I could go with a Germanic name. I think that fits. All right. Oh, before I have her follow me. So if you look, like I said, her damage, her hit points are 53,851. I have enough unspent points where I can max out my authority. And the reason I want to do that is that I can get the well-trained perk. Your active followers have increased attributes. What that means is that every stat on Zweiga will be getting a plus 20 boost when I tell her to follow me, which I'm going to do now. And 92,539 hit points. All because all of her stats went up. So instead of her strength being 3, it's now 23. She's going to hit a lot harder. Vitality is now a 23. Now, that's why you go well trained, and why you max out authority if you're using followers to fight with you at all. All right, I don't have. I don't have any other food that I can use to enhance follower damage. I don't think I know how to make any of the potions to do that, or have the material to do it. I do know how to make Tears of Gullah, but I don't have... Oh, the only thing I'm missing is water-filled flasks. I can make Tears of Gullah. Did I make Tears of Gullah? Do I have some sitting in here? No. Please tell me I haven't used up all my water-filled flasks. I haven't. Alright. So, this potion, Tears of Gullah, I can only make 3, so let's make 3. Will give me a... It doesn't show it here until I actually get one. But it'll give me a plus... I think it's 25 in follower damage? Plus 12. That would be great if it was 25, huh? Alright, and I went ahead and used it, and I'll just let those continue to craft. Alright, so now... Did you follow me in here? Oh, you're stuck on Dicus. There we go. Alright. We will have Kuroakama follow me, and we're going to head off up to the second branch of the river that comes out of the Northern Highlands. So, back out a little bit. So this is that nearest branch, and the one we went all the way up here to get Dina. This is the branch that breaks off from it, which I showed you when we were coming back. This is the mouth of it here. So we got a little ways to go, and right here, in this area here, is a Dafari camp. But right here, there's a little ripple. It's not even a waterfall, really. But in there is... I just really need to center it because you can't see my mouse. In there is a material that we need for, like I said, continuing the journey step into sorcery. Glowing Goop. Wonderful name, Glowing Goop. It's the closest place you can get Glowing Goop, I think, on the map, from where my base is. You can get a ton of it way up in the jungle, all the way out to the end of the river. Alright, I think I'm now at a point where I can actually, at least for a while, get on the horse and ride. It's not the same thing as get on your bikes and ride. That's another base for another character. And another base for another character. I'm assuming that meant Kuro Akama just went up in level. Well, maybe that meant that Zweiga went up in level. Oh no, that was Kuro Akama. He just hit 10. Didn't get any extra health points, though. Alright, there's a couple of... Oh no, I guess I didn't need to swap that out. I was going to swap out my short sword for a pair of daggers, because I thought that this character was going to need a short sword. That Zweiga was going to need a short sword, because I thought she was an agility fighter. But turns out that's not the case. Alright. Okay, hit him. Alright, I want to see your damage, like I hit him. I just said you killed him, didn't even show the damage. Or I didn't see it anyway. Oh, 157. That makes sense. So the damage on that weapon, the base damage is 38. And with all of the modifiers, Zweiga did 3 times that damage in one hit. So yeah. Definitely useful. So when I get to the point where I can get a really good legendary weapon, like the Predatory Blade or Momentum, the mace, it is entirely possible that Zweiga could hit for as much as 300 plus points. I kind of want to just run up there, but I also kind of don't want to leave valuable stuff just lying around. And since I have a bearer with me, it doesn't matter how much stuff I pick up. Well, eventually it will. I mean, they do have a limited number of spaces. So that said, might as well get all the goods. Some of which is, there are ironstone nodes all along here. Well, I've shown you these before. In fact, I've shown you this whole route for a while up this way. You know what? So in that case, I'm just going to blast my way through it. I can come back up here and get... 3. There we go. So I am just going to get on Kuro Akama and start riding. Which means I'm going to ignore things like that guy, all of these other... You've seen me fight these hyenas before. Assuming you've been following this particular playthrough series for a while, you see me fight all of these things, including the crocodile here. However, kill crocodile. Quickly, have I haven't. Alright. There is something to discover literally right in front of me there up against those cliffs. And to do that, I've got to go through some of these little puppies. And again, you can see how the alignment of the rocks change. That means there's a cave right there. We can now see the cave. We'll get a ghost to appear here in a second. You can hear the ghost sounds. There we go. As far as I can tell, the ghost basically says, hey, walk in this cave. That's literally all the ghost is there for. And come on, cave. Tell me who you are. There we go. Galaman's tomb. So this is a place where you can get brimstone. There are nothing in here but crocodiles, and at the end there's a one-skull crocodile. Oh, that would be a lot of fun. We've got to go through a lot of crocodiles to get there, so... oh, that's why that guy's running around, because I killed its parents back here. I was going to go in and see how Zweiga does against the one skull, but you got to go through a lot of crocodiles to get to the one skull, and I don't know for sure that I'll have plenty of time, so I want to just keep blasting away until I get up to where I need to go. I probably will have the time, but I don't want to risk it. Actually, you know what? I am going to go up here. He says. So I can cut across. Instead of going out around Narrow Neck Span all the way out there, I can actually come down to the desert area that I need to be at right down here. Oh, I forgot. That's right. There's one of these. One of those Noob River Tier 4 fighters who did not survive. Alright, there's some crocs right there. Where we need to be is just up around this bend. So I'm going to get off here. You see, there's a ghost sound here. There's something in the ground right around here, but it is at some point in the past. It's a book, you know, a lore book of some sort. But at some point in the past, it disappeared under the surface of the ground, and you can never actually trigger it. If you wander around enough, you can. It'll show up as something to say, click E to interact. There's nothing to interact with. Or what there is below ground, so you can't interact with it. No, that's the one I want. Alright, so as soon as we come around here, it generally... Oh, there's a kudu. Might as well get some water while I'm standing in the water, too. He's going to attack us anyway. And again, good meat, good hide. Alright, there should be a crocodile. Or a few of them. One of whom apparently is not interested in attacking. Weird. which means he's killed the scout that wanders around outside here. And there are more. All right, here they come. I heard you. There you are. Oh, a jailer. Don't go after my horse. All right, jailer key. Yes, please. There should be a couple of other people in here. I doubt that that's anybody. That's a dancer. But I've already got 2 dancers in the tavern now. I went to get another one. This is a dancer 2. Sorry, dancer 2, don't need. Anybody else up here? Oh, there's a sack of ash. Pardon me. Weathered skull. All right. Well, that was pretty uneventful. I need to put my sickle back in here. And if I swim out here, you can see right below me there are 2 outcroppings of glowing goop. So hit the C to dive underwater. And that's it. There's none other around here. So we are going to go back and go take on that one skull. Don't kill the baby deer. Oh, I forgot. There's a small Dafari camp right here, too. Take some more weathered skulls. All right. we'll just shoot across this green area. Over to the cave whose name I already forgot. And I think I just killed a baby deer. Oh well. I do kind of feel bad about that. Alright. Alright, so we will start with, since I have a bearer with me, we'll start with getting some brimstone before we go down and go after a bunch of crocodiles. Alright, which one of you got me? I heard you. There you are. I hear another one coming from somewhere. Oh, up there. Alright, that's way too dark. You folks need to be able to see what's going on here. And they're just crocodiles, so I'm not going to take enough damage to worry about not having a shield. Alright, go get twitchy here. Are they all twitchy? I want to pull as many of them as I can. Ooh, there's a demonic one. Trying to have him bite me. There we go. Alright, that one I definitely want to get stuff off of. The demonic creatures, look at that, I'm over encumbered. I wonder if I have a convenient bearer right here. Alright, let's go back to a weapon. Don't think I can draw any of the other smaller ones without getting the attention of the one skull. So we'll go ahead and go get the one skull. Let's see how this plays out. Oh, well, that's about to end soon. Now, it's only got 807 hit points, so it's not like a 3 skull. Good XP there, though. But when you harvest it, you get that jagged... I'll show you. Went by too fast. Jagged scourge stone piece. That is something that is required for doing the very end game, where you remove the bracelet and leave the exiled lands. You have to get a whole bunch of pieces and parts of different things to do this at the end of the game. This happens to be one of them, and it's obviously the easiest one to do. At 807 hit points, if I made sure that it never bit me, I could have taken that thing out myself. I think clearly there was an intention to have something behind here, and there isn't anything. Which is kind of too bad, because it looks really cool. And anytime I see something that looks like a really cool gateway to go somewhere, and you can't, I feel bad. Feel like I'm missing out. Let's go ahead and keep using the pick. You know what? Actually, I'm going to change that because I'd rather have the hide. And I definitely don't need the... Oh, there is some there. Definitely don't need the feral flesh. Alright, you actually don't need to see me just whacking on this stuff. I'm going to go out. I'll harvest these guys. I'll go out. I'll show you any of the changes that have happened to Zweiga here. And then I think I'll call it a video. And I'm over encumbered. Easily fixed. Oh, I don't even have my regular helmet on. I had my sandstorm mask on, which definitely don't need down here. Luckily, there wasn't anything that really was going to do me any serious damage, except for Big Croc there. Helps if you actually aim for them and hit them. All right. Like I said, I mentioned there were a bunch of crocs down in here. And that is it. All right, we'll come on back out. Put away the tools. All right. Interesting. So Zweiga hasn't increased strength at all, has increased agility, even though it's only a 50% chance to increase agility and a 60% chance to increase strength. So right now, Zweiga is more of an agility fighter. So I think I'm going to stick with strength for the time being, because at the moment they're only 1 point apart. But as Zweiga levels up, she could ultimately wind up being an agility fighter. So we'll just have to see. All right, folks, that's pretty much it for the video. I've got the glowing goop I need. Oh, do I want to show you? Nah, it doesn't matter. When you get to the journey steps through sorcery, they're all the same thing. You stand in front of the bench and you raise your arms, and it turns into like your computer LED lights, and then that's it. And I did steal that particular description from somebody, probably Angar. Anyway, so that's it, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you have any sort of commentary on this video, on what I did here, or anything in any of the previous videos in this series, please do mention them in a comment down below. And in the meantime, we'll see you on the next one. Till then, stay safe, be well, and bye-bye.